Welcome to another $4 million Strategies, the best 4 minutes of business for practical tips and strategies you can apply to your business today. Excited to have with us Lewis Schiff, chairman of Birthing of Giants. Today, the discussion is M&A markets. There's a difference, right, between selling your company in a strong M&A market versus a weak M&A market. Lewis, what are some insights you could help provide to our audience today?
Well, Carl, thanks for the question. The best exits happen when three things come together, and you identified one of the three. So the one of them is you. You have to be in the best shape of your life, meaning imagine putting your company for sale when you actually love the company, you love what it's doing, you love what the next 12 to 36 months look like. It's going well. That's a very strong time to put your company up for sale because you're not looking for the exit, which, by the way, your buyer can smell. You're happy if it works out or it doesn't. So that's you. The second is your company has to be in the best shape of its life. It has to be growing. I mean, ideally, it's growing. So the company's running well, the management is settled in, the processes are clear, the morale is high. That's the company itself. The industry looks good, the customers are happy, the prospects are good. That's all about the company. And then the third, to your question about M&A markets, is that the macroeconomy is basically very favorable to what you are doing right now. So, the macroeconomy, there's all sorts of things that we can use, like low interest rate environments, movement in the M&A chain, because, most of us are selling our small company to some, let's say, smallish private equity group. In the scheme of things, are pretty small. And then they're going to do things to it and then sell to the next one and then sell to the next one. So, we're the beginning of a long chain. So that entire chain needs to be kind of moving, that there's a interest at the top and interest at the middle, and that's why they'll be interested towards the bottom where we are. So great M&A markets are when the macroeconomy is generally favorable to like financial activity of this type, company transactions, especially if it's focused on your industry. Second, company's in the best shape of its life. And third, you're pretty happy with what you're doing and where it's going. And every kind of killer exit I've ever heard are people who say, if they really break it down, they say that's what came together: the macroeconomy, the company itself, and my own attitude. The flip of all that is if any one of those three things is out, that becomes the vulnerability. And that's where the bad exit happens. So if you're exhausted, but the company's doing well and the macroeconomy is doing well, that's going to be a weakness that they're going to take advantage of. If you're pretty excited about it, but the company's got hard times ahead, they'll take advantage of that. And of course, if the macroeconomy is not favorable, then they have a relatively easy out, which is to say, interest rates are too high, we can't do it, or whatever it is.
It's really interesting. I've seen many owners where they don't want to sell when they're still growing fast.
Sure.
Right? They're like, it's just, we get to this next level and we're going to get there. But often the peak opportunity, the highest multiple, is going to be right before the influx point, right before the actual growth rate is going to change. Just 30 seconds here. How do you get somebody to let go at that peak time?
Well, probably the number one issue with all exits is that the business owner or business owners haven't really thought about life after the sale. So they're not really moving towards something. They're kind of finishing something. Like, I want to finish this company on a strong chapter. I haven't really even thought about what comes next. But the stronger answer would be, I want to close this chapter off so that I can go do the next thing, which could be starting another company. It could be, going around the world on a boat. It doesn't matter what it is, but you've given some time and thought into what life looks like afterwards. That makes you want to get there.
Lewis, thank you so much for being part of $4 million Strategies.
Thank you.
Everyone else who's listening, I encourage you to subscribe, share with somebody else. That means the world to us. Thank you so much and have a great day.